Like Chantel said, my name is Kathy, and I'm here to talk to you about debt settlement companies. And we really want to make you aware of the debt settlement companies. I think Steve had mentioned before that you may see ads on the TV that indicate that they can wipe out your debt, and unfortunately, that's not true. So let's just kind of go through the three general types of debt settlement companies. And there's the debt negotiation or debt settlement. They do claim that they're going to negotiate your debt, but they will expect upfront fees. So they're always going to expect you to give them money before they'll negotiate on your behalf. They will advise you to stop talking to your creditors. So of course, we encounter that at GE, and that's not necessarily what you want to do. You want to talk to your creditors, and a legitimate company would never expect you to have upfront fees either. They do take the money and run. So they'll take your upfront fee, and they will never call us. They'll never call the creditor. They'll never negotiate on your behalf. And you're out that money, and then you also have this other bill to take care of. Debt consolidation, again, those are just rolling up all your debts into one. They're similar to what we call CCCS, which is our Consumer Credit Counseling Service, but they charge very high fees. So we recommend CCCS over any kind of debt settlement company. For if you do have problems with your bills, you're better off dealing with a nonprofit CCCS company. There's another type of debt settlement company called debt elimination. And debt elimination really goes out to consumers and tells them that your credit card is illegal and they shouldn't be, allowing you to have these kind of credit lines. So they provide documents to you for a fee so that you can send in to your creditors claiming that your credit is not legitimate. And unfortunately, that documentation that you would purchase over the internet or purchase from the debt elimination company are not valid. So even if you were to send them into your creditors, that is not something that, especially at GE or any other creditor, that is not a valid document. So really, you would be spending all that money for this documentation, and your creditor would not acknowledge it. So just be real careful of those types of debt settlement companies. And on the next slide, why are these debt settlement companies so popular right now? They're popular because we're going through a recession, and their times are really tough, and people are looking for ways to get help with their bills. And again, how are they reaching us? How are they getting that information out to us as consumers? Well, they're using TV ads. They're also going through the internet and advertising. I hear it on the radio when I come into work every day. They give email campaigns. And they can be in newspapers, magazines, everywhere. So they are going to be out there advertising to you and me that they can eliminate your debt or at least negotiate your debt down to a very small amount. And unfortunately, most of these companies are not legitimate, and they do not call your creditor, and they do not negotiate for you. So we just wanted you to be aware that they are out there. And the next slide talks about what is the difference between a debt settlement company and a consumer credit counseling service. And debt settlement companies are all for profit. They're going to, again, ask you for fees to negotiate your debt, whereas our consumer credit counseling service, they would not ask for upfront fees. They are nonprofit. They'll tell you not to talk to your creditors, whereas CCCS will actually have you negotiate with your creditors. They talk with you. And they also talk to the creditors, so they send proposals into us, and we can either accept them or decline them. They provide no financial guidance, whereas in Consumer Credit Counseling Service, they look at all of your bills and help negotiate a lower minimum payment for those. Unfortunately, debt settlement companies, if they are going to help you or negotiate with you, they're going to wait for your accounts to charge off. So they're going to wait till they're so far into delinquency before they even begin negotiating with your creditors that a lot of times people can't afford the new negotiated rate because their balance has gotten so high. And Consumer Credit Counseling Service, they begin paying us as soon as we accept that proposal. So we see, payments coming into GE as well as all of your other creditors, and then your bills continue to be paid at that new rate. And some of the names that you may have heard, either through the internet, again, through the radio, you could, again, be hearing them over the TV ads. We did put some of these up here for you as a reference tool. These are companies you really should be staying away from. Again, these companies will tell you, they'll help you, they'll tell you that they're going to negotiate for you, and unfortunately, they don't even get a hold of your creditors until you're so far into delinquency. And then the next slide is our last slide, and just to kind of go over this particular website in regards to information as you need it, and it is www.thebeehive.org/money, and that's a GE site that we recommend, obviously, to help you with any questions or